I wasn't gonna do this, but I had some friends and family actually talk me into doing this because this can kind of like help some people out, especially the girlies that love to go get their nails done, and who often visit nail salons. So about a month ago, roughly, I went to a nail salon and I got my nails done. I was feeling pretty. I wanted to, get my nails done to set my outfit off and my day off. And I had just been really sick the week before, so I finally was feeling better, and I wanted to, go get my nails done. A couple days later, I started feeling like a little tingly in my right middle finger, obviously, and I didn't think anything of it. So like I just kind of brushed it off, like I thought it was something that'd just go away, like whatever. And by that Sunday, my finger had actually gotten extremely swollen, and it was really like painful, like really painful. And so for me, someone who don't like hospitals, I was like, I'm gonna wait it out and maybe hopefully it'll just go away. So after like 2 days, I was still very much in pain, like enough pain to cry. Like I couldn't move my finger was stuck, and I was like, okay, this has to be serious. Like this is not anything minor, this is not going away. So I went to the emergency room. In the emergency room, they were like, they gave me some pain medicine, and they kind of was like, hey, you might have something called flexor tendon something, I don't know. These words are so big. And they wanted me to see a hand specialist, which they didn't have at that hospital, so I had to actually be transferred to another hospital. So at that other hospital, I wound up, getting seen by the physician, and, he was like, you know what? Actually the hand specialist, to be more specific. He was like, you know what? I'm going to keep you overnight, and I'm going to put you on some antibiotics and see how you do tomorrow. So next day the doctor comes and, kind of evaluates and my finger, and he makes the conscious decision that, the antibiotic wasn't working, and that we have to, make an incision and actually drain the pus out, because it was very much fat, and like there was like a bubble in the front of my finger here, and he was like, we're gonna, make an incision, and we're gonna drain it and clean it, and so forth. After that procedure, they, kind of put me back on the antibiotic and, monitored me for another night. Next day come around, they come and look. I'm still very much in pain. It's still very much inflamed. Oh, that rhymes. But he was like, you know what? I don't like how this look. I'm taking you to surgery. You're going to the OR. Now, I had never ever in my life been in surgery. I had never in my life been put to sleep, so I was nervous. When I got to the OR room, like the surgery room, they were like, you are nervous. My heartbeat got up to like 150. I was like, oh my gosh, like I hope I wake up. I don't like this. I don't like being put to sleep without me being sleepy. But yeah, so they actually did the surgery, and they wound up removing my nail. They wound up making multiple incisions on the back of my middle finger. So the infection was like in my nail, but I guess so much time had passed, it actually had traveled down my finger. So they made an incision. This it looks bad, so I'm not gonna show you this, but they made an incision like right here and like right here, and they kind of flushed it, cleaned it out, whatever, and and that was it. I think one of the most traumatic parts of that surgery was that they actually did not stitch my my incisions. They actually left my incisions open and had to pack them with like some type of gauze or packing strips that they use to actually keep my wounds open, so that if there was still infection that they had missed by any chance, that it could come out through the packing strips, and the wound being open, it'll just come out. And that had to be changed multiple times a day. So they were taking it out my wound. I'm freshly out of surgery. They're taking my packings out, putting new ones in, and I'm very much in pain. So, fast fast forward, they let me go home on antibiotics. I had a post-op appointment that following week, which I went to, and then the doctor, he evaluated my finger some more, and he was like, I'm admitting you again. So after they admitted me for the second time, I they was afraid that there might have still been some infection in there, and this time it was very aggressive. It was very angry that we were trying to get rid of it. So it got worse. They wound up doing another procedure, which they made more incisions in my finger. They flushed it out. They cut a lot of like dead skin off from the first procedure. I had a lot of dead skin, and they cut it. Just looked crazy. Maybe I'll attach some pictures, but basically, the doctor, after he did all that, I'm like, all right, like, patch me up so I can go. And he looks at me and he's like, did the other doctor talk to you about me maybe having to amputate the top of your, like, the tip of your finger? So I looked at him like, amputate? Like, what? So I'm completely taken back by this. I instantly started crying because I look a mess right now, but I'm a woman that is about my looks. Like, I love to feel confident and pretty, and I like to get my nails and I like to get my hair done. And when he told me that, my confidence instantly was shot, like instantly. And then I was just in a lot of pain as well, like mentally, of going through this. Like I was very stressed out even with the first procedure. So for him to come and tell me that the top of my finger might have to be amputated, that was like kind of like the deal breaker for me. Fast forward, so they kept me in the hospital to monitor me for a few days to make sure that this aggressive bacteria infection basically just did not, it didn't spiral. Like, because honestly, I could have lost my hand, it could have spread, I could have lost my arm. So I was really grateful for that. So they wound up sending me home, and here I am now telling my story. I have to do physical therapy. The top of my finger, the infection completely ate the tissue at the top of my finger. So there's no skin, there's no nail. Right now I have something called dry gangrene, which could be deadly or dangerous if it's wet per se. Like, so I have to keep it dry. I do it twice a day. I use some Benadine to keep it dry so that it doesn't spread, or it's pretty much contained. And basically the top of my finger had to be amputated, but the doctor's like, hey, we can save most of your finger if if everything keeps going how it's going. And the body, basically, it's something called auto amputation, where the body will sort of like separate the dead part, and I could save most of my finger that way. Whereas if I got sick again, if the infection came back, they would have to surgically amputate the tip of, well, he said he would have to take more. So I'm like, all right, let's go the auto amputation part, because I don't want to lose most of I want to save as much of my finger as possible. So now I'm still on antibiotics. So tomorrow, I've been on antibiotics for the last 3 weeks, but I'm still on antibiotics. Tomorrow's the last day. So after that, I'll just monitor my finger, make sure like it's not getting worse. And we're aiming for the auto amputation, for like kind of let my body do its thing, unless things turn for the worse. I am in fact seeking legal actions, because this is like complete negligence on the nail salon's part, and it's costing me a part of my finger at this point, and it's very devastating. I'm stressed out. I have children. I'm unable to do dishes. Like, I can't really use my right hand. Granted, my other fingers work, but it just, I can't pick anything up. Like, I can't really do nothing with it, because it'll all put that pressure and that pain on my finger, and I have to do physical therapy 2 to 3 times a week. So that's my story. You guys be safe. Make sure these nail salons are sanitizing their stuff when you go get your nails done.